Pittsburgh Steelers fans, welcome to another episode of the Steelers Touchdown Under Mad Monday show. Marky D, it is Monday for you and I in Australia. By the time people watch this the show or listen to it on the audio side, it'll be there Monday or afterwards. But Marky D, how are you going this fine Monday in the future?
Man, I'm cold. It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's bloody, it's not really cold, but it's like got me jumper on, me tracky decks on, and to me it's the Australian cold because we don't have like centralized heating. You know, we're not really prepared for it. So anything that's like 13 degrees is still like cold. But doing pretty good. I watched the XFL yesterday. Did you see any XFL football? You see the championship game?
No, not yesterday. I know that it was on.
The Renegades won. The Renegades were 5 and something. 4 and 5, and they won. And they beat the DC Defenders who were 9 and 1.
Yeah.
So, or they were 4 and 6 or something like that. Yeah, 5 and 6. I don't know, but there was good game. Ben DiNucci, who we versed.
Yeah, he's an ex. He's.
Oh wait, not Ben DiNucci. He's the guy from Seattle. What's the other guy? Luis Perez won the game for the Renegades. So, and it was pretty good game. Tyler Vaughns was in there too. He caught a pass.
Tyler Vaughns. Yeah,
he caught the
Nationals.
Yeah, the Kenny Pickett touchdown in the preseason game. So it was good football, but DC should have won. And I was like, the only thing I found that was funny though was Luis Perez at halftime said, "Let's go out there, give it our all, and go win a world championship." I'm like, world championship?
Well, especially not because it's
XFL.
The NFL would be the world championship for gridiron. So it doesn't quite make a lot of sense, really.
His speech was good, but I'm like, okay, the Super Bowl, even the Super Bowl says world championship, and even that's not really the world. And then they're saying like XFL in a week 10, go around. But it was good football, man. It was good football. I'll tell you that.
Nice one. So this show, we're gonna do a bit of an over and unders show. So Mark and I have got 3 over and unders on the offense, 3 over and unders on the defense each. That we're going to do. I presume they're likely to be statistical. You kind of need that with an over and under, but let's see what we've got to talk about in that regard. Mark, let's do offense first. We'll crack into it because we'll try and keep it a pretty short and sweet kind of show. I would just, before we do get into that, one other thing was obviously rookie minicamp over the weekend. You started to see some player interviews. I don't want to read too much into all of this. I know they signed the HBCU running back. He looked pretty good from some quick stuff I watched. I'm going to have a look a bit more of that. Maybe we might even be able to get a video out on the channel this week about it. But I don't want to get overhyped about rookie minicamp, but I did watch all the player interviews, and I just kind of feel like they just brought mature guys in. They just all seem like pretty solid guys. I listened to 6 of them. The only one I didn't hear from was Spencer Anderson. But everyone just seems really mature and ready to get to work, and that's all you can ask for at this stage. So I was pretty happy with.
Yeah, like for me, you don't really want to say this person's going to make the team, but I just like the idea about 51 blokes having a chance. Do you know what I mean? I'm always like for the long shot guy, e.g., two-star skipper, that kind of story. So, and they brought a bloke in from Mexico. I didn't know that
Omar Khan. He's a kicker, yeah.
And he won't make it, but he still gets a chance to go play with the players and be part of the team. It's just it's a good opportunity, and the Australian
guy he might actually have a better shot than others because he might count as one of the international spots. Maybe. I don't know. I look at the technicalities about how Mexico works in that, but that means that like maybe that's their extra kicker, and then they've got an extra practice squad member.
This is what I like about the whole thing. It's like, okay, sure, there's 51 players there. You might get, of course, 6-7 draftees. Should make the team, right? Or undrafted guys will have a chance too. They're not all going to make it, but it's still fun to watch that they're getting a chance to run around for 3 days. And, like I always like that idea of like, if they get a chance, show their skills, and there's room on the roster, why not bring them in for the 90-man camp?
Yeah.
So it was cool. And they had the big photo near the end too. And I think it means a lot to these players to do that. And it also shows like the draftees, like the Joneses and the Herbigs, that there's still competition out there.
Yeah,
they're going to have their job, but still there's guys behind them who can push them.
Yeah, and Herbig kind of outlined that particularly in his segment as well. So that was pretty cool. All right, let's crack in the over and unders. Let's do offense first. I don't know. Do you want to go first with the first one? And then
we'll
just go back and forth.
I've got one. I'm going to start with Warren, right? And I can't remember what he had.
I was going to pick Jalen Warren, but I
Warren?
thought you might. So I was like, no, I'm not.
Well, I was going to pick Najee, and I thought, no, I better pick Warren. That's why I went
Right,
Warren.
so I've got one for Najee. I've got one for Najee. So I'll do my Najee one next, and then we can,
So I don't know how many yards he got last year, like total yards. But I was trying to think this year in 2023, like the new offense stuff, like
4th and 300 or something. 4, 5.
Okay,
I'll look it up. I'll look it up while you talk about it.
Well, this number makes sense. And if it's about 300, 400, this number will make sense. I'm going to do over under 650 yards rushing.
Okay, so he had receiving yards on Pro Football Reference. You literally press pause and it plays. I hate it. Receiving, he had 214 yards. That's what I thought. And running game 379. So he had 593 yards of scrimmage. But did you just say 500
rushing? 650 rushing over under
650. Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty high. I was going to go 550, but I thought that was too easy.
I go under.
You're going to go under 650?
Yeah, under 650. Note it down because we can put it together later on.
I'm gonna go over.
Okay.
I just think he can like run off a few 80 games and maybe 100 or 2, depending how we play the running game, if they're gonna play that way.
Well, all right. So my Najee one was over and under Najee 1,300 yards. Not from line of scrimmage, just rushing. I literally have it. Like it's on the page.
So I guess. Well, if I say over 1,300, then we have like a really good team. We have almost 2,000 yards rushing the ball.
But maybe that's where they play in 17 games.
I'm gonna get see that's a pretty good number as well. 1,300.
Remember, he got like about 1,200 in rookie year. Last year, he broke 1,000. Right, so
he got 1,000 last year.
So this is an improvement on his rookie year. See, it kind of is like
I don't know. I really don't know.
Yours is more likely to happen, right?
But for mine to happen, I need yours to be under.
Probably. Probably. 8 times out of 10, yeah.
I'm gonna go over because I think they're gonna, if they run the ball with Najee, then he's getting like 100 yards a game, right?
Yeah.
So, and I want to see that third quarter, fourth quarter style where they're getting 45 yards just chipping down the field, right? So I'm going to go over. He said 1,300, so I'm going to go 13 and 1 over.
All right. What's your second offensive one?
Let me check my stats here. All right. Okay. I'll change it up. What about?
No, go for it. No, go for it.
No, I'm going to this one. I'll do this one first. What about KP8 getting interceptions? 12 over under 12.
Ooh. I think it depends how many TDs he throws. We talked about that the other day, about like 25 TDs. 12.
He had 9 last year. He gets more games too.
I'm going to say over, but I think it's going to be a push. Like, I think he's going to get like
13?
I could say like 11.
It's hard, isn't it? Because when I was looking at it, if you get 14, that's way too many.
Yeah. And then like 17 is one a game, right?
Yeah.
It probably is going to be even an 0.8 clip, which isn't bad, and probably 15. Yeah, it'll be over.
So it's more. So you're more or less. It should have been like 12.5. Should have been.
If it was 13 or 14, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. But I could see 15, 16. So yeah, I'll go
15 interceptions with Kenny Pickett. One a game.
Yeah, but think about it. Think about it like this. That's less than one a game, right? And you don't know when there's a shootout. Like, I can get 13 or 14. So anyway, I'm going to say over. It's over 12.
I'm going to go under. I think he'll have a better season. And we saw the progression last year, how he's getting better throwing the football and not getting in trouble. The thing is,
though, I don't want to see. I'd rather see him average 3 TDs and 1 interception per game than 1.5 TDs and half an interception. Like, I'd rather see more TDs out of him as a rookie throwing the ball than not. So, yeah.
So you've got over. Can he do an over 12?
Over.
Okay, 12.5. I've gone the under. Right. Two different answers so far, I guess.
I mean, I just finished a Madden season, which was I usually throw a lot of interceptions just because I throw like 70 touchdowns.
Because Madden's broken.
And Madden's stuffed up the interceptions. But I made it through 15 games, 53 TDs to 3 interceptions.
How are you throwing 53 touchdowns? What is it on easy?
No, man, I know the max level.
If we see 53 touchdowns from Kenny Pickett and people still don't like him, I'm like, what are you talking about? You know,
it's the offense. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Darnell Washington, over and under 3 TDs.
I'm gonna get over. I think he'll get 4. I think he'll get 4. I think 4 is a pretty good number out of 17 games. I don't like push. To me, a push is the same number. So like what's over because you've achieved it. So I'm going over as well. I could see 3 TDs. If you said 5.5, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? If you said like over on a,
and I said any TD, like that's passing TDs as well. It's not like rushing, but
what Darnell throwing the football?
Yeah, it's just receiving. It's receiving.
Yeah, I go. If you're gonna say 3, I go over. I think you get 4.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they only had 12 passing TDs last year, so that's actually quite a high number. But I mean,
his offense should be scoring more points. Let's be honest. Yeah. It was averaging 18 points last year.
I've got an interesting one on that for the end of the show, and over and under on points, offense and defense. All right. While I've got the floor, I'll go my next offensive one, and then you probably have 2 left. Connor Haywood, 4 TDs. Now they could be rushing or receiving, 4 TDs, over and under.
So can I say 4 and then be a push, or that has to be?
Yeah, but I just consider 5. Push over. Like that's just over because you've achieved it. I don't like this. I don't like push. It annoys me.
Okay, I'm gonna go over. I think I'm gonna get 2, maybe 2 rushing and 3 receiving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got over as well. I think they'll find a way to do that. It's hard to know yards with him because he could just be used as a red zone weapon, right?
I think so far our offense is going to be number 1 in the country.
All right, what's your other 2? Right? What other 2 you got?
No, my last one, because Kenny was my other one. My last one is, how many games will Dan Moore start? Right? Ooh. How many games will Dan Moore start?
Yeah.
Over under 5.5.
See, there seems to be this narrative about about Broderick Jones also lining up at right tackle, and
this is why I brought it up.
And they could move Okorafor as well and trades his salary cap deal. It's not that bad with the cap hit. You probably don't want to if you do strongly believe in your chances. 5.5.
Yep.
Anytime. It's hard to say as well because any injury in the preseason,
exactly any time that happens on the 17 game schedule.
If you had said 5 games, I would have said over. I'm going to go under because you've done 5.5. I'm going to go under.
I'm actually going to go over. And here's why. I got a theory. I think what's going to happen is everyone's going to want Jones to start left tackle. But I feel like they will start Dan Moore at left tackle for a little bit. And then Jones will probably maybe take over after about 4 games. Injuries will happen this year. We don't want to knock on board. It's going to happen. Then he's going to start somewhere on the offensive line. If it's going to be right tackle or whatnot, I don't know. He'll probably start somewhere, I think, for the 2 or 3 games in the season.
I think it also depends on Ciamalo. Like, if he and Broderick Jones have a chemistry in preseason or even at training camp, I could see them moving down more faster. But if him and Dan Moore are working well together at the start,
I understand. I wouldn't.
I see the narrative. I agree with you. It's a great question. I want to do an over and under on snaps, and once we've seen a bit of training camp as well. Because I was thinking about guys like Corey Trice and that. But yeah, I'm going to go under. But I love the thought process.
Well, I just think the reason why I brought up is I don't think we should push aside Dan Moore straight away. He dead set started 22 games. There should be a role for him somewhere. And I don't think the Steelers team will just go, okay, Jones is here. See you, Dan Moore.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to either find him a spot.
They're not starting. Another thing, they're very unlikely to start Broderick Jones week 1 against San Francisco.
Well, what does Steeler Nation want though? Steeler Nation wants Jones in there today.
Steeler Nation, I finish that sentence. People get angry at me, but sometimes Steeler Nation needs to take a chill pill, you know?
I just think that with Jones there, yes, he's going to be the franchise guy. We see that he's tall, he's big, he's awesome, right? But I think that Dan Moore will probably start into the season because he's been there before.
I agree with you. I think
that's why I did 5.5. Or I could have done like 6 or 7, but yeah, it's going to be.
You're basically saying 6. So you're saying because they've got a week 6 bye. You're saying that he plays until the bye is technically what you're saying. Unless he gets moved and then he comes back later in the year from an injury. But
yes,
or injuries. You're saying they move it over at the bye.
Pretty much, but like injuries happen, and then he starts a game week 13 because he started games at 4.
Okay, that's fair. Anyway, I'm gonna say under, but because you did 5.5, if you'd said 5, I would have gone over.
Right, yeah.
Because I hate push.
So
I hate push.
I'm over,
it shits me.
And you're under.
All right. What? All right. Well, let's go to the defense. You've got the floor. Do your first defense one.
Right. So my first one is a bloke that I think will play sparingly, but I like him. I've got Mark Robinson, and hopefully he makes a team.
Oh, I almost put like an over and under on tackles for you, so I like this. Okay,
well, cool. I've got sacks though.
Yeah.
So I've got 5.5 sacks over under.
Under.
Reckon?
Under.
You reckon?
Under. He'd be lucky to get 2. Under.
I think didn't he get 1 last year and then 2 games?
Under.
I think you got 1 last year.
You got over or under? You sure?
I got over, mate. I'm cheering this bloke on. I want to see this guy win. I like the 93
from Jimmy Jones's personal fan club as well.
I like the 93. I like the name Mark Robinson. I like the story. I like how he used to be a running back. I think if he works his way into the team, I think he'll play next to Holcomb. They'll have like a package for him there, and I think he can get 6, which is over 17 games. Look at the quarterbacks we're playing though. We're playing 3 rookie quarterbacks. We're playing Lamar Jackson, Watson, who gave us 7 last year. Right, we're playing Burrow.
Yeah. That's tough. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, but that's all right.
So what do you got under?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go over. So we got opposite the same. We got this opposite every time. I think we have.
We've agreed both over on my ones for Darnell and Hayward so far, and Najee. Yeah, we're all agreement in my ones. In disagreement with yours.
What? The hell? I'm just, mate. If we see it happen, this team's going Super Bowl.
All right. Well, given that you asked that, because 2 of my defensive ones are sacks, right? I'm interested to see what you've got for my 2 ones. Alex Highsmith over or under 11.5 sacks.
Under. TJ's back. Yeah, TJ's back.
That's the hard part. Yeah.
When he was out, he got 14.5, right? When he's in there.
Yeah.
But mate, if he's getting 11.5 and TJ's getting 15, we're all
and Mark Robinson's getting 5.
Yeah, just start the season now, please.
I'm going to go over because I think that's more likely than Mark Robinson getting 6. All right, I'll ask you the other one, though. I'll ask you the other one because it's in theme, and then you can go back to your ones. And then I'll finish off my one. My third defense one. Ogunjobi, over or under 7 sacks?
Ooh.
Come on, you have Mark Robinson getting 5 sacks from the middle linebacker.
Yeah, it's because Ogunjobi and Highsmith take up the bodies, and you see, it reminds me of the old Vince Williams days and Lawrence Timmons run up the middle, right? So then you got Mark Robinson, the missile.
Then what's Landon Roberts going to do, though? I
don't know. Probably sit on the bench. I think it's just going to be.
You got Robinson starting before Landon Roberts.
You know why? Because I was watching. I think 2 weeks ago. I was watching the Steelers versus Browns, and he runs up to tackle Watson and just misses him. Mark Robinson, I think it was him. He runs up like a missile, man, and just misses him. So I feel like he's going to do that.
Okay.
But Ogunjobi, I'm going to go under 6.
Really? Yeah, I thought about 6. That's why I put 7. In my head, I was like 6. That's why I put it.
Is these actual betting terms for the tab? Because we would have a lot of fun if we could actually do this. But yeah, I'll probably go 6, maybe. If he gets 8 sacks, that's incredible.
We get 7. You get 7 too.
Ogunjobi.
I'm going to go over because I just think about what Wormley's done in this defense. I think the double teams on Cam Hayward, like Benton's a rookie, so people like I'm gonna go like push, but over. You're gonna go under. All right, what's your other two?
All right, so I've got two to go, and they're based off interceptions. I was really trying to hunt.
Okay, my third one's an interception as well.
Yeah, we might have the same player. I've got JPJ over under 4.5 interceptions.
Under.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
He had like 3 in college. You think he's gonna come to NFL and get 3?
That's why I put it at 4.5. I was like, I'll probably agree with you there. I wasn't gonna go. If he gets 5, it's incredible, right? If that's gonna happen. Yeah. So
that's
we agree with that one. I've also got TJ Watt, 3.5 interceptions. Because we're playing Burrow and he's picked off Burrow like 5 times.
I could see him with 2, 3.5.
Maybe I should have put it at 2.5.
Only under.
Yeah,
you put it 3.5.
The last 2 I stuffed up because those are probably the easier ones. I should have put them down 1 notch.
Have you noted those down? Well. Noted those ones down?
Yeah. I'm going to go under as well because 3.5 is probably too many. If TJ Watt gets 4 interceptions, that's a lot, isn't it?
So this is the question. This is my final defensive one. Minkah Fitzpatrick, over or under 4 interceptions?
Over, I think.
I'd hope so as well.
I think
he had 5 last year.
Yeah. So. I think
Maybe I'll change it to 5. I'll change it to 5. What about
no, you can't change it to 5. So 6. Okay, over.
No, but he could get 5. He could get 5.
Okay. Yeah. Double down. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
I reckon he get 5.
Especially if they're going to get 20 interceptions like last year. I think he's the guy.
Yeah, and if JPJ can't get any, it's going to be come off when Robinson's going down to sack Joe Burrow through the middle and he's going to throw a duck egg in the air and then Minka's going to catch it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so, I think he's going to play a vital role, I'd say.
All right. What you said to me you put a special teams one. So
yeah. What's the over under? Harvin starts the game 0.5.
That's silly, man. He's the incumbent.
No, it's not. Is he going to play or not?
I'm going to say over, even though I don't agree with it.
So he's gonna be our starter. You don't think anyone's going to come in?
Unfortunately, I think that's.
I don't know, man. I got a feeling that they might go with someone else.
Well, I hope they go with Braden, man. I think he's a better punter.
Yeah, or even the Aussie. I don't know. I just think it wouldn't surprise me if they change Harvin there. But he has been featured on like the Steelers like video stuff too. So.
Oh well, no. He can enjoy the practice squad. Special teams over and under 1 fake field goal TD.
Who's going to throw it? Boswell.
Yeah, man.
No,
we're not. Oh, no. They could do that. I like, the whole like the holder spins around and does a little sneaky roll over the top.
Christian Kunt's going to throw one. When did he have that? When did Boswell have that TD? That was 2017. Yeah, something like that, wasn't it? And then he got knocked. He got rocked. He just got sent to another realm. And then it wasn't called for a penalty. I couldn't believe that. They tried.
That was 2021 when he got. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
that was ridiculous. I'm gonna say no. I think we can score.
No, I'm just gonna say no. Not over and under, just no.
Under. I think we can score TDs without trickeration on the field goal unit.
Trickeration?
Surely we can. Surely,
I love that word. If that's a word, I love that word.
Yeah, surely we can line up with the tight end sets, the fullback, and the big fellas up front to not apply that.
I've heard of trickery, but trickeration.
Yeah, mate. Like, surely we're going to
70s. It was mid-70s with Don King. Yeah, Thriller and Manila.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not in the technical. Yeah. Anyway, it is whatever.
It's a word. So I want to see them score.
Trickeration.
Yeah, without trickeration on the actual offense. Not bring out like Boswell 35 yards out, 4th and 2.
Okay, just doing a bit of fun. All right. Do you have any other ones? Because I've got one for Steelers offense score like average points per game.
Oh yeah, here's one for you.
Oh, yeah.
What game do you think? It's not really over or under.
Well, if it's not over and under, it doesn't count for this show.
All right. Well, hang on. Over or under. Chase Claypool gets. He's the only one I'm following because I hate him so much. 1,000 yards.
I reckon he'll struggle to make a team. I think he'll be on a practice squad.
The team.
They were shopping him, man. I reckon he's a
Yeah?
practice squad guy.
So you don't think he's getting 1,000 yards?
No.
Okay, what about one for the Steelers? I'm trying to think who else would be there.
Well, I'll give you these two while you think of one.
All right.
Give me these two. Over and under, the Steelers on offense average 24 points per game. And defense, 20.5 points per game.
I'm going to say for the points under. Because I want to see,
okay.
I want to see higher than that, but that's still pretty.
I know. 23 points is like maybe, but 24 points is probably
It's still an improvement. Of course, you can have some games where you score 38 and then score 7, right? But we'll say under for that. And the other one was 20.5 for defense. I'm going to say under. I think the defense will play better this year. Well, we hope so. Because injuries happen, and then TJ Watt goes down, and then it's the next minute, all teams are scoring. But like I said, they're versing a lot of teams that have playing rookies. They're playing teams that probably won't be.
I reckon it'll be 21 points.
Defense? So 23 versus 21 games the whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On average. I mean, it's an average.
The offense got to score points, man. They just have to. If you thinking Canada's bad or good, or that doesn't matter. They went down from 20 to 18 points per game. That's what it comes down to. You got to score points, and they weren't doing that. They were doing field goals. So we can talk about the new team whatever we want to, but if they're not scoring points, can't win games. And 24, 25 is key because that's 3 possessions or almost 4 possessions, and then defense comes into. I think they will. Though.
Well, they had only 5 games where they scored 23 points or more in 2022.
Here's one for you. I'll go back to Kenny Pickett because a lot of hate.
But I will say one thing: above 20 points allowing on the opposite team was only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. So
right. How many? Here's an over under for you for yards. 4,000 yards for Kenny Pickett. Over under.
Under.
Okay.
How many you get last year?
You got like 2,000, 3,000, I think.
Yeah, 2.5, 2 point. Oh, that's a hard
right.
one. Let's have a look at what the leaders got. Because like, it is a passing league, but like they're gonna run the football.
What about what you think of that? How many games will you play? 15.5 games over under, or actually 14.5.
Over.
Think it's over. Do you think he misses any games this year for any reason?
Yeah, two.
Yeah, I think so too. Hopefully not for concussion. Hopefully just like for bruising or something. Like he's got an arm bruise. Put in Trubisky.
So if he got over 4,000 yards, he'd be a top 10 quarterback in terms of yards in the league. I have him at like 3,800, right? Hurts got 3,700 last year. So,
and the thing is, do we need Kenny to have 4,000? Probably not. Just run the football.
Yeah,
and
I want to go 3,800. So yeah, under 4,000.
Right. I don't think I have any more left. Maybe. What about some coach ones? Mike Tomlin. 8-8. Or not? No, 9 wins. Over under. Over. Same. You know the guys out there saying he's going to get 8 wins. Can't happen.
Mark Bowley's. I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's smoking. I don't know what he's smoking.
Look at the team that we're versing. The teams that we're versing. It's a lesser schedule. There's no way they go 8. I would be very shocked. I'd actually almost be disappointed if they got 8 or 7 wins or 6. I'd be like, oh my, what the hell? What the goodness? Can't be right. Yeah, there's no way. Surely, I would say 9 is minimum or 10, and then see what happens.
Matt Canada games being the offensive coordinator over under 10.
Ooh, 10. I'm gonna say over. I guess he's there for the year.
Yeah.
He is there. Even though they brought another.
I got a good one to close out the show. The last one. Over and under how many home games? Right. I mean, we've got more this year because of we played away last year. How many home games do the Pittsburgh Pigeons make an appearance? 5.
Under. I think under.
Under?
Because when it's warmer, they'll come out and say hello. But then the longer it goes, but also we've got those 3 games in a row after the bye, and it's still kind of warm then, isn't it? So we have 1, 2.
Doesn't matter that much
Under.
about just the heat. Remember in Home Alone when it was in New York at Central Park, the Pigeons are out there.
Oh, I don't know how you.
Are you sure? What about 4? What about 4? Over and under on 4. I'm gonna go over.
There's still last year they only did. I think they were there 2 or 3 times. Is that right? I think.
Nah, it was more than that. It was at least 3 or 4.
Was it? And didn't they change up the seed? Didn't they change the seed? That the guy was like the grass was different or something like that?
Yeah.
I can't believe how Pittsburgh Steelers fans just grab that stuff straight away. It's like Duck. You know what I mean? They grab it and they go, okay, we're now 2 on.
Well, Duck's back in the news. He's dating Lainey Wilson, man.
Yeah, lucky fella. Okay, over under. How many games does Duck start for us?
Well, under.
Is he going to be quarterback number 3? Nah, but for your pigeon talk, I feel like it was under last year. I feel like it was under. So I don't know. That's a tough one. Were they undefeated with pigeons?
Yeah, then there was one game that didn't work.
One game wasn't that stuffed up, right? Was that the Mitch game? The Trubisky game?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Ruins it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of Steelers Touchdown Under Mad Monday. It's all things over and under. Stay tuned for what we've got coming the rest of the week. Be exciting as more news comes out of rookie minicamp and the Steelers and signings and all the rest of it. But second wave of free agency has been pretty quiet so far too. So I think that'll start to hot up over the next few weeks as well as teams sort of figure out what they got in the draft versus where their gaps still exist. But with that, Marky D, as always, mate.
Go Steelers. Here we go.